salvaged one of these old Sonic cup holder things, and this is what I bring my cup and my spray paint in. This is what I'm using here, the Ultra Matte, the this one here, Brilliant Blue. Then this I got on sale at Michael's. So, but I mean, anything like this, any brown or beige or whatever, it's just to kind of, whatever color you think. And then this one here, Satin Midnight, and that's for the darker part. So, very convenient. So just spray paint the bottom here. And this for sure doesn't have to be even or straight by any means, because it's a beach and it goes up and down and there's different. So I just kind of just get enough to have a good amount of beach. See, it's just a nice kind of coppery color. But like I said, gold or anything like that would work just fine. In this part, I just put a little bit of white right here. Now this is gonna serve the purpose of our meeting our line to our beach, and also our light blue color that we're gonna put in there. So like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to kind of get an idea of where you're going to put your glitter. Okay, now we have our blue. So I'll probably clean this up just a little bit, but it's not a big deal because you're going to have the beach, the little bit of bubble type stuff, glitter that we put here, then we put blue, then we put a little bit darker blue, and then we put a dark blue. So it's fine if it kind of bleeds, but I'll fix that just a little bit. I might do that just a little bit just to kind of clean it up. But it's really not a big deal. It's all organic and everything. Okay, now we're going to do our dark. You can tell I've done a few of these cups. Like I said, I'm not really worried about it blending or matching or being even or anything like that, because all this is going to be covered with glitter, alcohol ink. It just gives us a base, a road map to where we're going to put our glitter. Okay, I have my epoxy spinning here. This is I got this off of Mud Hole, I think. So it's more like a fishing thing. So it's kind of small little base. So I put a cup inside there, and this is my cup. Now this is a lot of epoxy, but I have like 3 cups that I'm doing right now, so that's why. Now these are the colors that I use in the either going, you know, in the way that I'm going to do this cup. So the Dress Blues from Peachy Olive Glitter, and this one here is from Michael's. And I put this on first, and then I put that, which you'll see. Then I do High Tide right here. It's a gorgeous tealy, oceany blue. And then I put this right here, which that's called Ocean. I thought it was appropriate. Then I put this right here in between the line, just a tiny bit, just to kind of give it some reflection, like there's bubbles in the water that are reflecting the sun and whatnot. This color, I don't remember what it's called, Smoky Quartz. I got this at Michael's as well, and this goes on the whole base. And I know it kind of looks red here, but it really does look like sand to me. It has that sandy feel to it, or look to it, I guess. And then I sprinkled this on top, so it does kind of mute that out. So that's the colors. That's the cup. That's exactly what I do. And I will show you the process. Okay, I have my epoxy spinning here. I'm going to turn it off. I have heated up my cup so it is warm to the touch. So this is going to go on like butter once I put it on there. I don't need much at all, really. It's pretty runny. I usually don't do this over the paper, but because of the video, I just wanted to have everything ready. And I have a ton of epoxy because I have a whole bunch of cups over here that need to be epoxied. So I'm going to let it sit while I glitter this, kind of thicken up, and go over this with you guys. So I am just smoothing this out, and I literally used like 2 finger swipes. I mean, it's like nothing, and that's probably actually too much. So once you heat that up, it literally goes on like melted butter. So, and that's all you need to do, and you have plenty of working time with this once you have it epoxy. That's really unless you're doing something specific, this is really the only way, in my opinion, to glitter a cup. Make sure you get the bottom and cover the sides. Those are little areas that you forget, and then you're putting glitter on, and then you realize that. But that's why you paint the cup, because then if you do have a little spot of glitter that you realize after the 3rd coat of epoxy that has kind of come through, that you have that base. So it doesn't look so obvious. You can obviously see it, but a customer's not going to see that. And if they do, well, they need to continue to with their drink instead. Okay, so once I do that, I am going to just turn it for a second in my hand. And I'm going to set this up. And then I'm going to take my glove off, and I'm going to prep my glitters. I'm going to open them all up and get them ready, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I went over in the beginning of the video what all these colors are, so you can follow along, and I will call the name out, but to make sure the video doesn't go too long, I'm just going to start sprinkling it on, and you'll know what I'm doing at that moment. So this is that Fawkes from Peachy Olive Glitter, and I'm not being crazy with this color because there is a lot of color in this particular glitter, but I am going to get it covered. And like I said before, there is no particular line. I mean, this is a beach. We know that it's, everything about this cup is organic, and there's no straight lines or anything like that. So I'm going to take my scissors, knock off that glitter. That's about all I'm going to do of that. And then I'm going to add the champagne color. So I'm going to take this, and I ran out of parchment paper, but I had this this freezer paper, and it's okay. It's really thick, but it does it lays a lot flatter. It's not as flimsy or whatever as the parchment paper. So now I'm just going to take this and this. I'm going to try to get all the way up to the line that I've created, the unperfect line. And I'm just going to try to fill in all those little spots of that beach. And so this really tones that color down, but I think it really adds that, just having that base adds a lot of color to it. It really looks, has the look of sand, I think. So, and that's that. See? I don't know. I think It gives a dimension. So that's how I started doing it. Well, let me get some more on this bottom. Oh no! Whoops. Oh well. We will cover that up. But, you know, it's the ocean, so there's a lot going on. There's a lot of colors at different times of the day, and nothing has to be perfect. Okay, now I'm going to carefully write on this line that we've created here for our beach. I'm going to drop some of this Norma Jean, and that is going to give us some nice bubbly kind of reflective effect. It's really going to add a lot of sparkle. I'm bummed about that piece right there, but we'll just add a little bit more of that when we get to the other part. Okay, that's about all I'm going to do with that. Okay, now this is the ocean color. It's called Ocean. Hopefully you can see that. And this one is really light blue, and we're going to add that. We're not going to worry about it going into our sand because we're going to have a lot of waves and things crashing up on our beach. So I'm just going to tilt this down here and really kind of get an ombre going into those bubbles that we just put on there, quote unquote. And so you get a nice, it goes right into there, no problem. And then I will do just a tiny bit this way, but not much. Because you're going to, actually, I get pretty good lines on this, but once you put the alcohol ink and all the waves and stuff, it all blends together. So tap that off. All right. Okay, now we're going to do our high tides from Peachy Yellow Glitter, and this one kind of comes out thick, but I don't really care because we're going to fill this section up. We're going to let it drop just a tiny bit into that light blue, not too much because it will take over. And that's basically that. I might tap some, but see, it comes out fast. These, I ordered the wrong size jars. I did not realize they were this humongous, so. But I'm going to remedy that. I'm going to get some smaller jars and start filling things back up. Fixing that. The things you learn in the beginning of doing cups. So, there's that one. Okay, now this is where I do the mixed mermaid that I got at Michael's. And I sprinkle this. I don't get crazy with trying to make sure it's a complete coverage of this. This is my base. And I go in, I just tilt it down to go into that teal a little bit. And then once I get all the way around, that's about all I put on there. Okay, because what I'm trying to do is create that depth with that green. It really looks, you know, like that deep, dark ocean that you see far away. Okay, and for our last color is our dress blues. I love this color. You should have this in your collection. It's a great navy, and it goes for sunset cups, for sports, you know, that dark blue, American themed cups, beach cups, whatever you need it for, it is good for you. It's a good color. And I'm just gonna try to get a bit going into this teal here. Make sure you get your rim really good. And that is that. I don't go over this too much. I just kind of leave it the way it is because we're going to put alcohol inks and waves and all kinds of stuff. So basically we just want that sparkle. We want that separation. And like I said, this is extremely organic. It's the ocean. It can be whatever it needs to be. And you can do this in like purple, pinks, and whatever. I mean, if you wanted to do like a Miami type beach cut. But you get some real, this right here, I love this effect right here. It just adds this look of like bubbles that are crashing on the shore. And we add some more when we do our foam and stuff like that. So, and that's it. That's how I glitter my beach cut.